through several southern states, wrecking buildings and knocking out power. President Biden has issued an emergency declaration for Mississippi. Alabama and Texas have also been hit by severe storms. Our US correspondent Martha Kellner sent us this update from Rolling Fork, Mississippi.
The sun's just come up here for a second day since this tornado, revealing the utter scale of destruction here. It's almost eerily silent, aside from the occasional chirping of birds, occasional cars passing, many people taking videos and pictures, local people from surrounding towns, amazed at the jaw-dropping level of damage. This was an extremely violent tornado, bringing winds of around 165 to 200 miles per hour. And in practice, what that meant was that anything in its path was completely pulverised. We'll just pan round here. As you mentioned, I'm in Rolling Fork, Mississippi, which is the worst affected town across Mississippi and Alabama. As you said, at least 26 people dead, and the search going on for survivors, although much of that is a recovery operation as they seek to bring bodies from the wreckage. This structure that you see behind me, or the remains of this structure, a brick building completely levelled. This was Chuck's Dairy Bar, a diner which is was the focal point of life in this town. It stayed open late into the night, so it was open at around 8 p.m. on Friday evening when this tornado came through, and the people who were here, many of them enjoying an evening meal, they didn't get much warning. There was a text alert minutes before this tornado hit, advising them urgently to take cover, but clearly not long enough to try and find tornado shelters. So they tried to shield themselves in whatever way that they could, and that's where these remarkable tales of survival come in. And you can see just beyond these cars, which were tossed onto the top of the building, there's a grey cube structure in the background. That's actually the walk-in refrigerator of Chuck's Dairy Bar, and it was here that the two owners of Chuck's and a few customers who were here, they hid in the refrigerator. And the owner tells this incredible story that as he was shutting the door, wrestling against this ferocious wind, he could see the sky from above, so it had already ripped off the roof of this building. I'll just walk round here to give you a sense of just how utterly destroyed Rolling Fork, Mississippi is. You can see here a few of the chairs remaining, cars tossed all over the place. And in the background there, this was Chuck's Motel, so sort of a hotel type thing, completely levelled. There is usually around 2,000 people living in Rolling Fork. Many hundreds of them have been left homeless. You can see here very, very little in this town has been left untouched, and so that's where the operation is at the moment, to try and get these people shelter and food and water, because much of the water supply in this area is contaminated too. You can see trees, 50-year-old trees ripped from their roots, completely shorn of their leaves. It really is quite incredible just how little this tornado has left behind. But what's also amazing is just how concentrated this destruction is. While Rolling Fork has been completely levelled, there's a village less than a 3-minute drive away which is completely untouched, and that's just how this tornado has operated. It's plotted its path through here, and even though it's covered an area of over 100 miles, its path is very selective. So this recovery operation ongoing, but clearly there's a complete rebuilding of Rolling Fork, if that ever takes place, that needs to be done. Very, very little remaining here. The search still ongoing for survivors.
Martha Kellner there in Mississippi. Now,